Welcome to the second episode of the Ask the Expert podcast by the Autonomous. I'm Julia Baidak, your host and marketing manager at the Autonomous. Today, I have Christofer Laurell on the show. Christofer is a senior vice president of research and public affairs at Einride, a Swedish transport company specializing in electric and self-driving vehicles known as Einride Pods. Welcome, Christofer. It's an honor to have you as our guest on the Ask the Expert podcast.
Yeah, thank you so much, Julia. It's a pleasure being here. My name is Christofer Laurell, and I'm Senior Vice President for Research and Public Affairs at Einride. Einride, as a company, was started in 2016. In 2019, we became the first company in the world to operate an autonomous electric transportation vehicle on public road. When we look at all the challenges that we are seeing in the industry, I would like to sort of highlight three of the ones that we keep going back to. The first one has very much to do with the fact that we, as a sector, is grading more or less 7% of the CO2 emissions. So environmentally, the system has a huge problem and the industry has a huge problem. But it's not about environmental aspects solely. It has also to do with economic sustainability of the industry. We are also facing a social dimension of a lot of the problems that the industry are facing. And one of the social problems that we are seeing as the major one is the fact that a lot of people are losing their lives on the roads each and every year. So what this means is that we have a sector and an industry that needs to be transformed in order for it to become sustainable. So with that said, we are essentially doing one thing to provide solutions to all these challenges. And that is that we are combining three technology shifts at once. So we are using the best of digitalization, the best of electrification, and the best of autonomous technologies and package products around those three technology shifts.
This leads me to the question of collaboration, actually, because you know very well that this is what we stand for at the Autonomous. That's why we exist. Besides regulation, what other topics in this field do you think require this ecosystem approach, require collaboration rather than a do-it-alone approach?
From where we are standing, we are sort of seeing safety as being the most important one, because we have so much to win. Both when it comes to avoiding accidents and saving lives, but also when it comes to momentum in deployments by actually working with one another. So we are working, especially when it comes to research, with a multitude of partners, both from universities and the public sector, as well as other commercial actors, to try to learn as much as we can about things that are going to be crucial, both for the technological side of it, but also when it comes to the institutional side of the equation. And from where we are standing, we think the initiatives that are being taken within the Autonomous on safety-related issues is fantastic. We absolutely love partnering up with a very wide array of organizations, I would say, coming both from the public as well as the private sector. So what we would like to achieve during 2022 in collaborations with others is essentially the same kind of breakthrough in the discussions that we have seen with electric last year and the beginning of this year.
What new services or workforce needs might emerge as the transport ecosystem changes?
We have been working very closely with the way in which we can make the driver profession more attractive. We have, during last year, communicated one of our solutions that we call the Einride operating station, where you have what we are referring to as Einride Pod operators that are remotely operating our products, like our pod, for example. And what this means is essentially that we are creating a profession where we get rid of all the challenges that we are usually sort of ascribing to the driver profession.
Very interesting. I know that last year was a fantastic year for Einride. So let us know what's next for the company this year.
Last year we had plenty of highlights, and one of them was in the beginning of November when we communicated our intentions for the US going forward. So in 2022, we have a very intensive year ahead of us. We will continue to expand in Europe, but we will also accelerate our growth in the United States. We also committed to 2,000 new jobs within the next 5 years. So this one will definitely be a very intense year for us as we continue to scale. And I'm very much looking forward to that.
Christofer, thank you so much for everything you shared. It was a pleasure to have you on the show.